Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another time here. Welcome to another time at the book club. That's what we got to do. Sunday afternoons, 2 p.m. West African time. We got to read a book, share from a book, and do life, through the book together. Do life together through the book. And we're presently reading our seventh book in the series here. It's called The Amen Effect by Rabbi Sharon Bruce. And it just talks about ancient wisdom to mend our broken hearts and walls. It's pretty much ancient wisdom to help us being able to sorrow with those that sorrow, mourn with those that mourn, and rejoice with those that rejoice. Being able to meet each other at the point of our brokenness, and help one another, recover. Like the preacher would say, the book of Ecclesiastes would say, that two is better than one. When one is cold, the other one can warm him up, and this is what the book is about, just being there for one another, helping to uphold the falling hand, helping to encourage one another, be present for one another, providing a shoulder for another person to lean on, and it's just helping one another through our weakness, our brokenness, to be able to lead this world, survive, reign through this life, as it were. Like I gotta say, most time, every time here, that this eats, on the parable of who is your neighbor that Jesus spoke about, the Good Samaritan. It just points to our humanness and the need for us to be human, and that's what, and scriptures would say that the end of the law is love. We're here to love one another. We're here to be a blessing to one another. We're here to increase one another. We're here to connect. Obviously, we're created to connect, and in connecting, we increase the value in and for one another. And sometimes we miss it in terms of priority. Some people would want to use people, right? And we don't use people. We use things. We don't use people. People are for connecting, are for partnering, are for relating, not to be used. Sometimes we misplace that word in our grammatic expression. When you say that I use somebody, especially in the church, that's a language that's pretty common. Me coming through the church as a church boy, you have pastors use that word. I will use you here, will use you there. That does not connote, love. That does not connote the respect of humanity, because you can't use people, you use things. You relate with people, you partner with people, you connect with people, you use things, and that comes also when we see ourselves downcasted, and we're in need, of help, to be carried, And Jesus gives us another parable, talks about the difference between separating between goats and sheep. And he said that when I was in prison, when I was hungry, you fed me. Those were the sheep. And those that did not do that, did not show humanity to their brother, he cast out as goats. Right. So we're here to be a blessing. And no matter where we get to in life, no matter our achievement, our rise in life, we must never forget that place, of that we're human and we should relate with each other as human. And at the place of humanity, we're all the same, right? There's no uncle, nephew, niece, we're all the same when it comes to humanity. There's no female, male, husband, wife. Oh, I am this, you are that. Nope, we're all the same when it comes to humanity. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna get buried, We're all gonna go back to God, right? In God, we're not separated, as it were. We're all the same. Our spirits came from God. Our spirits are gonna go back to God. So there's no rich, poor, male, female. king, no king, when it comes to the place of humanity, we're all plagued with the very same thing. We're all susceptible to the elements of this life. We're all required, to contend for life, you know. So we come in that place of equality, in humanity, and it behoves us, then to care for one another, to see ourselves in one another, So we've been coming through this book, talking in different ways on this. I've had time to share a bit personally, and I hope I can do more of that. That's what I kind of love to do each time we gather here. I My whole trust is not to come here and give you theory. It's come here, share my experience of life, which I have a lot of. I'm not the most experienced person, but I do have a lot of experience. I passed through life at 57. So I think I'm expected to have a lot of ranks at 57, and hopefully come here to share a bit of my lessons learned through the passage of life, and hoping I can hear from you also, and we could just rub our experience together and become better in the process there. But we're here in chapter 7, and it talks about bear witness, being able to bear with one another, being there for one another, being able to, as it were, absorb the pain of one another, being able to go through the dark with one another. David would say in Psalm 23, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because the Lord is with me, right? Sometimes not every one of us has that consciousness of the Lord being there with them. So it behoves their friends to as it were represent, or as it were coming to be in the stead of God in their life, to help them, through that period of life, So and we all need it. We all need it. I'm here talking about here now. Looks like I'm the strongest person in the world. I can stand anything. I've been through my down times. Life is full of ups and downs. So don't take it for granted when you're up. Your time might come. Your time will come. And you'll be there for someone today. You're going to need someone to be there for you tomorrow. It's that popular song, Lean on Me. Lean on me when you're not strong. And lean on me, I have a shoulder for you right now, because one day I'm going to need someone to lean on also. And I've had periods I've needed people to lean on as I was growing and immature emotionally, even though spiritually matured. I've needed a lot of leaning on. I've come through times of confusion when I didn't know my left from my right. And, you know, eh, and that's why I can do what I do today, because I've been I passed through life itself. I've not been I've been cheated in some way because I'm a church boy, but at the same time, I've gone through things that I could have had mentorship to, that I did not have. So uh but we have our times, and there's a way also to shield ourselves so that we don't get too exposed also. We'll probably get into that. You heard me emphasizing more on that last week Sunday, and I said over and over again the need to clean your house, do housekeeping. Don't burn yourself out. Don't give yourself so much that you have nothing left, because most times when life eats us, and it almost takes us out, is because it hits us at a time when we've drained ourselves of strength. If life eats us when we're strongest, we'll most probably withstand it. We'll be ready for it. Like when my mama died here, I was ready. But I've had all the times in my life that life hit me and I wasn't ready. There were other things on in my life that had drained me so much that it hit me at the weak point of my life. So I did not have resistance. I did not have resilience. Through my last time of depression, I had people talking about resilience, and it was like, I'm hearing that word for the first time. What does it mean to be resilient? How come I don't understand it? How come it's not true in my life? How come it's not working in my life? It was because I'd gone through a season of life that had taken energy out of me. It had been beaten, 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 beaten. I was almost out, and then life hit me. I had nothing to defend myself with, and easily took me down to hell. You know, but we can help ourselves never to get to that point where our strength is almost gone. Always to be in a place or in a state where we're able to face the issues of life in a place where we can say, like David, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Howbeit we can carry the presence of God, on a continual basis, such that no matter what life comes to us with, we can stand. We can stand. Howbeit we can keep our tank full all the time. So no matter what arsenal, what the devil throws at us, we can stand. It will not take us out because we have kept our house in order.